This is EFC 94. Sindile Manangela versus Cameron Simon for the Bantamweight Championship of the World. Live from the EFC Performance Institute, Johannesburg, South Africa.
Welcome EFC fight fans to a spectacular event. This is going to be the EFC 94 pre-event press conference. We've got a lot to unpack today. We're going to go through the fight card. We're going to go through Cameron Simon. We're going to go through Sindile Manangela, the fight that everybody's talking about, the bantamweight title between those two individuals, what they've been doing, what's been going through their minds, and the whole main card. I've got a few surprises up my sleeve in terms of fight announcements. The guys are here today, and that's the first fight that I'm going to bring up. I'm going to bring up two featherweights, a fight that we've been wanting to see for a very long time that concludes where the featherweight division is after Ronaldo exited to PFL. Who is going to be the next featherweight champion? And we'll give that to you right now. I'm going to bring out Iga Cabeza and Nerik Simos. Gentlemen, will you come out? Awesome. Good to have you. Look for your name on the chair. I think you're that side. All right, a long-awaited title in the house between two very spectacular featherweights. Former featherweight champion Iga Cabeza. And we have Sindile Manangela, the current bantamweight champion, joining us. Welcome, Sindile, all the way from PE. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm going to kick it off. Hello, Magno. Hello, champ. We have Magno. I think you will be over here, my friend. Come sit here for me, bud. You can sit in my chair if you want. Don't mind. All right, as the athletes filter in, we'll put them in their places. But we're going to unpack all of these fights. I'm going to start off with the obvious, the big one, the one that we're all going to be watching this Saturday, which is Cameron Simon challenging against Sindile Manangela. So, gentlemen, you got your mics in your hand? Great. All right. So I think, for the most part, what people want to hear is this has been an incredible journey for you to get here, Cam. You're finally facing one of the best athletes EFC's produced, one of the best bantamweight champions we've produced. What's been going through your mind? How are you feeling in the lead up to this title challenge?
Yeah, it's an absolute honor to be in this position, you know, fighting at 21 years old, fighting for a world title is unbelievable.
21, hey? Can you believe that?
Like I said in the countdown show as well, massive respect to Sindile and his team. We know he is very experienced, he's very good, and we didn't take our preparations lightly, so we will definitely go in there, give it all we got, and may the best man win.
Awesome. So two things I want to take from that. Firstly, you're 21 years old. This man's been in the hexagon for the last decade. How does that play? How does that play out in your mind?
Yeah, well, that's the thing as well. Like, if you have the right training partners, the man sitting next to me right now is one of the best featherweights in the world. If you have guys like that, and then we have Yaku as well that trains at Team CIT, with training partners of that magnitude, it's quite easy to be very well prepared for fights. If, you know, we have a team and family dynamic that we take very seriously and hold dear to our hearts at Team CIT, and if the guys keep on pitching and they help us in our preparations like we help them, it's very easy. It's not that hard. Yeah.
Great. And that actually, you stole what I was going to ask for the next one, which is, you know, I've kind of watched your build-up in your career, and it's been very exciting. I mean, the Billy Oosthuizen fight stands out hugely for me as a point where I said, I think this kid's ready to do it. And I say kid because you still are so young, yeah. But the reality is, when you step in there, you're a man, and you are, you know, showing all your skill set. I want to ask it this way: would CIT ever put you in a situation of competing for this title if they didn't think that you were fully capable of possibly holding that gold?
Not at all. Actually, we have quite a very vigorous process of getting to this point. It's always been since I joined CIT at age 14, it was a thing of you need to earn your spot in the team. And whether that was the high school team, the amateur team, the professional team, you always had to earn your spot. So it's definitely one of those things that if you do not do what you need to do, you are definitely going to pay for it in training. And Coach Mornay Visser will never allow anyone to go into a fight not 110% ready.
Epic. Okay, I'm going to go over to the champ. How does that gold feel, my friend? Are you going to keep it this Saturday?
Definitely. I'm going back with it this Saturday.
Awesome. What has the camp been like? I mean, just to give a bit of backstory, you have just fought internationally.
Yes.
Even though it didn't go your way,
Yes.
you must have gleaned a lot of, call it fight IQ from that. How are you feeling after that and coming in to defend for the first time in your career?
The international fight, I took it, it was a 2 weeks notice. So we didn't have enough time to train for our opponent, to plan around his game. But with Kem's fight, it's different. With all the time. And I believe in this camp we trained, our preparation were even better than Fai's fight. So we are not taking this fight light as well. So I'm determined to take the belt back home this Saturday.
That's awesome, and I mean that's the higher level champion talk. But let's unpack the actual fight talk. I mean this is a young, hungry individual, and he's looking to take names.
Yeah,
He's put everything into getting to this challenge. So I want to ask, what are you expecting that he's going to throw at you?
I think he's going to do exact the same thing that he's been doing to other opponents. He's going to go forward and bring the fight to them, and I'm waiting for that. But the thing is, I don't think he has been tested yet. So I think this Saturday he's going to feel the pressure.
So now you say pressure. There's one thing I've noticed in both of your fighting styles. You mentioned it, eh? He comes out there and he puts on a show.
Yes.
He's a forward fighter. You are incredibly skilled, but you are a slower starter into the earlier rounds. It takes you a while to get into it, and then you're on fire. Are we going to see the same sort of thing, or have you polished that side up to kind of start a little bit earlier?
Yeah, we worked on that, because with Chris, even if you win fights, he'll always look at your weak spot and then he'll polish that. So it's stuff that we worked on it.
Excellent.
So we're ready for that as well.
Awesome. I can't wait to see that fight take place. I'm going to ask if media want to ask some questions now that we're just dealing with these two athletes.
Hi guys, Julian Kivitz, IOL Sport, Mzansi MMA. Congratulations to everybody just being here, it's so awesome. It's my first time at EFC post COVID, so it's quite a special experience, so thank you guys. Igor, you're back in the fold again for the title. Just tell us what is going through your mind now. Would you have liked to get that fight with Exxon back, or will you just take this one with Nedik Simos? You happy to take it, I mean?
Sure. How's it? Thanks, hi. So, to be honest with you, I really want to fight Exxon. I talked to Graham about this whole thing, so we have like a plan set down for the whole year, myself and Graham. So we're looking forward for December. Hopefully he comes back and we can fight for that belt. But yeah, I'm ready for this one as well, just like I was ready for the last one. Yeah, man, like, geez. I wish I was fighting now this Saturday. It feels like I'm playing, like I just want to fight, Right now I've prepared myself this weekend. I'm wrestling a competition. I'm wrestling a weekend before I'm fighting him. So I could have done just the Friday, wrestle the Saturday, and then come fight him the next Saturday. So like I'm prepared to just compete like that.
So I want to just cut in there. You did this with the Ashley fight, right? And I want to ask how he feels about it. Okay, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, man. But the way Igor talks when he's got a mic in his hand and he's talking about his opponent, it's almost as if it's almost a done and dusted situation. That he's going in there to do his will. This is how you talk.
Yeah.
And you believe it, yeah? How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
It doesn't really bother me because at the end of the day, it's, the opinions that count are my coaches, my teammates. So, yeah, that's his way of prepping for a fight. I have my way of prepping for a fight, so I can't be like, oh, what? It is what it is.
So on that, you got Igor's probably the most prolific featherweight that we've had fight for us, and he's lost his title, and that was a crazy, way to lose the title. He's had a nice, I would say, a nice rebound fight with Calvert. Didn't deliver on all the scales that we wanted it to. I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Now, watching that, do you think that he's in the right mindset, the championship mentality? Do you think it's going to be a championship-style fight?
I think so because, to be honest with you, I feel like the featherweight needed this fight. I feel this should be the fight of the year. When you guys check your calendar, they'll look at it like, yeah,
great. I hope
this is the fight. So, and also because I've been watching a while, I saw at one point the bantamweight was stacked. Then I look, lightweight was stacked, and I'm like, I'm in between of those. So what do I do now? Should I not diet? Should I diet? Cut a bit more, but then, and the featherweight needs that fight. You know what I mean? I saw, I think on the card, the co-main event and the third last was like, featherweight. If I could, I would be like,
hit the nail on the head. No, featherweights
if I could, I'd be like,
center stage.
Main card, featherweights only, because the featherweights need this excitement, because the featherweight needs to be that division where like, yeah, this is a murderous role, like, you know what I mean?
Great.
Yeah, so
it
excites me.
You've got Shannon Fontonda, you've got Bradley Swanepoel, you've got all these guys who will have, if you become the champion, you will have that target on your back, and you have to defend every single one of those opportunities. You've got to step up and go, this is mine. You ready to do that?
100%, 100%.
And I asked that, I just wanted to see how you reacted, which is great. It was awesome, because I know I can ask him all day. He's been in that wheelhouse for many, many years. Can we just pass over to more media?
I just want to ask a question for Cameron. Cameron, I just want to get into the meat and bones of the fight for Saturday night. What holes have you seen in Sindile's game, generally, his entire skill set? I mean, what opportunities are there? How do you think you're going to beat him? I know you guys have been uber respectful, and I appreciate that from both of you, but I want to know how you're going to beat Sindile Manangela.
When you speak about Sindile, there are not a lot of holes. One thing that Gray mentioned, he starts the fights quite slow because he's prepared to go 5 rounds. There's nothing wrong with that. In terms of striking, we have the needed counters for what we think will be thrown on Saturday night. In terms of the ground game, obviously he is known for having great judo. He's known for coming out of a great gym. Chris Bright, brilliant jiu-jitsu practitioner, brilliant coach. So we didn't prepare to exploit any holes. We just want to be better at every aspect, and that is the whole fight camp was focused on getting everything better. And I said that in the countdown show as well, is focusing on not only trying to catch him, because that's not how you win fights. That's not how your luck will run out if you think that's how you'll win fights. You have to go in there with the mindset of you are better in every aspect of the fight. You can take the fight wherever you want, and we are ready to finish wherever we want as well. So that's definitely what we're going for.
A similar question for Sindile. Sindile, I know how much that belt means to you. What are you prepared to do to keep hold of it on Saturday night at EFC 94?
We all know, on Saturday, I'm the only one who can determine where the fight can be. If I want the fight to be on the ground, I can take it to the ground. If I want to stand, I'll stand and bang. So everything depends on me. So I'll control the fight on Saturday. And I promise you, you guys are going to see the difference in the on Saturday.
Sindile, Graham, you can correct me if I'm wrong here. I think JP beat Biko for the bantamweight title. He left. It was vacant. I think Zulu and Faiz fought for it. So Faiz won. You failed to defend it. Sylvester won, and then he left. And then Faiz and Sindile fought for the title. Sindile won. So this will be the first defense, if I'm not mistaken, eh?
Yes.
Is that something special for you that you actually want to defend this title a few times? I know you went to UAE Warriors also, but you obviously want. You told me also in the week you want to defend this title. Is that something you want to do a couple of times as well? Because everybody who's had that belt, they've either left or vacated, so.
As they said, you're not a champion until you defend your belt. So I feel like I have to defend this belt. I'm looking forward to the first defense, but I want to defend it for as long as I can.
And then I know you're based in Port Elizabeth, Zweden. Naturally, you'll be a E-Picking supporter. Sia Kolisi sent you a beautiful message in the week. Are you going to be shouting for the Sharks this week? You are based close to Pretoria, or you're a Bulls man?
Sorry, come again.
I hope you watch rugby though. Sia Kolisi sent you a beautiful message.
Yes.
You are obviously from Zwede, Port Elizabeth, naturally a EP Kings guy, but he'll be running out for the Sharks in the quarterfinals of the URC this weekend. Are you going to be rooting for Sia post your fight or before your fight?
The first thing I didn't even know that he's playing this weekend.
Let's cut that part.
I only follow the box when it comes to rugby. I watch rugby every 4 years when the box makes the World Cup. Other than that, I don't.
Okay, cool. And then Mr. Nico Yamji, the Lion from Cameroon. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you.
Just one question from you, or two questions at least. How does it feel to be back in the EFC? I know you like roaming, also doing other disciplines. How do you feel? And can you just confirm who is your fight camp? You're usually with Angelo and Coach Adenal, the PFC guys. I think you're here with Mr. Botelli, if I'm not mistaken, Botelli. Can you just give us an update on your camp, please?
Thank you very much. Our camp was very, very good. And you guys know me, when I travel to Cape Town to here, I come to fight. I'm not coming to joke, you see. So, I'm not underestimating my opponent, but I'm ready all the time to fight anyone. I want them to come fight, you see. So when they come in the cage, they run away, they think, they're jumping, but the judges don't say nothing, the referee don't say nothing, but I'm very upset for that, you see. They have to come to fight. I'm always there to fight. So I really need a good fight. This guy, if he's tough, he come.
Can I just give a bit of backstory here? Okay, so essentially, I think it was yesterday, I got a call from, there they are, Sholto and Co. Sholto, come around, mate, come and sit down. So essentially, obviously, Conrad phoned me, he said, look, he hopes Nico's here because Sholto's had 2 press conferences and 2 opportunities on live where he hasn't actually had an opportunity to see him, and he's been here. And this has been kind of a failed attempt to get fights going between these 2 guys on 2 occasions. Injuries and COVID and etc. Were the main players in that. But I want to ask a question that's going to bleed into what I'm trying to say. Triple H Chikasa, how do you feel about the results of that fight?
I really feel bad about that result because when I even talk about it, I want to cry because I know that guy can stand in front of me for even first round. Is that why you were running?
So in that, you felt hard done by because you didn't get the victory after a 3-rounder, which you've got a lot of decision fights. This man is from the same gym. Is there some type of vindication in terms of beating Sholto, if you get to beat him, that will vindicate that loss against, or help you go, okay, well, you know what, I'm here sending a message to Triple H?
Yeah, I'm here to send, I'm one of the top guys in the heavyweight division here in this organization, so I'm ready for anyone. So I want even the rematch with Triple H anytime. So
that's what I'm saying. You beat a guy like Sholto, they're in the same gym, there could be an opportunity that happens. Right?
Right.
And similarly, with you, Sholto, you've finally got the opportunity to see Nico. It's been a long time coming, right? Because you've wanted this opportunity for you to be in the same space and to be able to go, I'm not wasting my time. It's happening in 2 days.
At last, both of us are here.
How does it feel?
No, I'm excited. Can't wait.
No more camps.
Nothing. Can't wait.
So a massive heavyweight fight between the 2 of you. And I kind of want to bleed into the heavyweights because it's an awesome division that we're all trying to grow. You get a win, you're 2-0 in EFC. It's not huge numbers, but being on the center stage, do you feel like you can live up to the challenge of getting another win, keep the momentum going?
Well, that's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay, well, you're a lot more confident than you have been in other sittings. And yourself, Nico, where does this win leave you in the division?
Come here.
Where does it leave you? You beat him, where does it leave you in the division? Are you at the top? Are you at the top of the division?
Yeah, no, I'm in the top. So I have to win this fight to be there and get to the title.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, let's go over to some of the press.
Just once for Cam. Cameron, I spoke to you in the weekend. You said that your father, I'm not sure if he's still overseas. He's currently working overseas. Will he be watching the fight? Is he on duty, on shift, or?
Yeah, so he actually landed yesterday. He landed in Cape Town. Unfortunately, he can't come to Pretoria because he's working, but he will definitely be watching the fight. I am lucky to have a massive following in Cape Town as well. So if events open up again, you'll see a lot of the family members rally around that stadium as well. So he'll definitely be watching, but this time streaming, yeah.
Just, I think you must change your stage name when you come to Cape Town, because MSP has a whole other meaning in Cape Town. Eh?
Yeah, you know.
No one actually knows what it means right now. If you're not in that gym, I don't think you know what it means.
Yeah.
See, Nerek knows. All right, so I want to just touch base with some of the guys that we haven't spoken to yet. Magna Alves, all the way from Egypt. He's not Egyptian, he's Brazilian. He's fought for us before. Magna fought Nkazimolo Zulu. And I actually want to unpack that. Zulu fight, that was the last time you fought for us. Are you going to translate? Great. Yeah. So essentially, I want to know, how does this opponent, although Plaikis isn't here, how does he weigh up to Zulu?
Então, primeiramente gostaria de agradecer a Deus pelo EFC, pela oportunidade de eu estar aqui novamente, porque foi um socorro, porque eu estava lá no Egito, em Cairo, trabalhei um mês e não recebi. E graças ao EFC ter me dado essa oportunidade de fazer o que eu amo, o que eu gosto.
He said he wants to thank God, and he said basically EFC saved him because at one point he was working, I think for a month or so, and he didn't get paid. So he wants to thank the EFC for giving him that opportunity to do what he loves.
Pleasure.
Get paid.
Thank you. E comparando o Zulu com o meu oponente agora, o Zulu é mais perigoso. E eu acho que eu tenho chances de ganhar. E eu creio que serei o campeão, number one EFC.
He said comparing Plaikis to Zulu, he feels like Zulu is more dangerous than Plaikis, and of course, this fight he has a high chances of winning, and he still thinks he's going to be a champion on EFC.
Awesome. Well, that whole division, I just want to get involved in that. So we all know that Jean Sosa and Zulu put on a hell of a fight, and they did it at bantamweight. The plan was to have them fight at flyweight at EFC 96, and although that is the plan, they've then turned around and said that let's do it at bantamweight again, because we'd have to get Sosa out much later in the year and it won't work out. They actually want to fight at bantamweight again. Both of them are happy to do so. And I know that this is kind of boding with the fact that Biko is the flyweight champion at the moment, but there's a good chance that the flyweight division becomes open for you and or Plaikis, depending on who wins there, and that your next contender could be either Zulu or Jean Sosa. They are welcome. That's all I wanted to know. How do you feel about that? Big names, guys that put on banger fights. Like the last event was incredible for it. How do you feel about possibly facing one of those guys?
They're welcome.
You're just going to deter that, eh?
Yeah. No, it's definitely, Sosa, I was super impressed with his fights. He came out with a hell of a pace. Zulu always looks great, and he's really one of the top guys in the African continent. And to have them fight, I think they should just first make up their minds if they are willing to cut the weight to flyweight or do they want to stay at bantam. But if they are willing to come to bantamweight, that's definitely it's a great add-on to already stacked division. So
yeah, I love it. I think it's going to be epic. Okay, so I think we are going to just touch base with Emmanuel Sita and Lamptey. Lamptey is from Ghana, ladies and gentlemen. We're in touch with the Ghanaian MMA athletes. Let me tell you something. These guys have signed up with the organization. We've got 2 athletes competing on this fight card, and they are incredible athletes. So I'm looking forward to hearing from them. Emmanuel, you aren't on the main card, but this is your this is your opportunity to come in there and show it what it's worth. Tell me a little bit about this matchup from your side. I know Mike Munami's been working really hard with you. I'm missing a microphone. Got one. Okay.
First of all, I would love to welcome Jonathan in South Africa. It's a great honor for me to try to see how far I'd like to test my skill against someone from another continent, which I acknowledge we are all African people. And actually, South Africa is one of the top, I must say, #1 in Africa to host the MMA, which is the EFC. So now acknowledging that around Africa, West Africa, Central Africa, we do have now some athletes competing. So for me, it means a lot to me. You know, like I always say, I don't like to speak a lot. I love MMA, I love fighting. Not much to say, but tomorrow we give the best show. That's what I believe. Like I've done the last time, but this time it will be much better than that.
Nice, thank you, Emmanuel. Welcome aboard, Jonathan. Looking forward to see you throw down, my friend. What do you have to say about fighting on this stage? What can we expect from you?
Okay, first of all, I'll thank EFC for this opportunity. This is my first time in South Africa, and I'm very happy. I'm very, very happy. Okay, MMA, I love MMA. I love fighting. I love fighting. EFC is this is my first time, Charlie. I'm very happy, and I'm giving thanks to the lady. Yeah, giving you thanks.
Thank you, Jonathan. That's cool, man.
I'm coming to give you a massive performance. A massive performance. So you should expect blood. Blood everywhere.
I'm glad you finished on that. Jonathan Lamptey's got 3-0 as a mixed martial artist, but a hell of a career as a stand-up striker. So I'm really excited to see what that yields. And the last fight that we haven't covered, saving the best for last, as it were. We got Yaku du Plessis is going to be taking on Kulukane Hlongwa. Cools? Kulukane, I looked at your record yesterday. You've had over 23 fights. I mean, I'm talking about career fights, you know, amateur, what's it called, those exhibition fights and pro fights. Your experience is huge. Surely that means that, you know, in a fight where you're going up against someone that's less experienced, you can really turn the corner and turn this into a hardcore career at middleweight for yourself. What do you say about that? Do you think that there's a good chance you beat Yaku?
First time, thanks Graham, to bring me back again after my last fight. Thanks very much. I supposed to bring my experience. A long time I'm in this industry to fighting, but we will see. Saturday, I'm fit enough.
Just hold your microphone up there for me, Cools. There we go. We really want to hear what you got to say, buddy.
Oh, okay. Saturday, I will bring all I have. I have a lot of experience. A long time I was start to fight, special mixed martial arts. 11 years old, I was start Kyokushin, K1, amateur, professional until professional MMA now. But Saturday is a day, because I want to make my record to come okay. Because if I look my record, I feel shame for now. I will bring all Saturday.
Awesome. And I want to throw it right back at you, Yaku. He's got a lot of experience, but watching you in the hexagon, you look like a seasoned athlete, and I think that's because you come from a camp where they just grind and grind non-stop. What's it like going up against somebody with that type of experience?
Yeah, he has a lot of experience, and I respect that. But if you look at my camp, I train with the best in the world. So experience doesn't mean anything to me. I train with a lot of experienced fighters. So I face experience every day. So it's just another day in the office, you know. I'm ready for anything. I'm looking for the finish on Saturday, and I'm also going to bring my all. So let's see each other on Saturday. I'm excited.
And one of the crazy things is you actually stepped in for JT Botha. So you actually stepped in for a teammate who got injured. And your management was like, we have a guy, don't worry. Step forward. Knowing that you're going to be fighting Kulukane, who is a seasoned veteran in EFC, surely you guys must have done a lot of preparation with JT already leading up to that point. So it's not as if you're going in there blind.
No, for sure not. We've done a lot of preparation. We've started camp early this year. I should have fought earlier this year. A lot of complications, so I've been ready from the start of the year. So I'm ready for anything. I'm excited. So yeah, can't wait for Saturday, man.
I'm excited to see you fight. We're going to go over to media for the last bit, and then we're going to do face-offs.
I'm going to ask Narek a question. How do you beat Igor Cabeza on the 16th of July?
Prepare to make the right decisions at the right time.
You're waiting for like rear naked choke or...
This one's for Mr. Emmanuel Sita. The last time you fought, I think you took home with you a Restonic bed. Will you be taking another one home this time?
Yeah, for that, first of all, I would love to thank EFC for acknowledging my skill. Unfortunately, the fight never went the way I expected. But look, it is what it is. We learn along the way. For me, when I lose, I don't lose actually. I had a great career as an amateur. In total, I have a 27 fight. In MMA, I only lost like 2 times, so 10 wins. And anytime I lost, all the time I lost, for me, it wasn't a losing. So according to your response, like I said, I don't want to predict anything, but my goal in MMA is always to give a show, you know what I mean? So, and I've been working too hard this time, more harder than ever before. And I believe in my skill, and I believe in God. So sometimes, like they say, some people don't lose not because they're not good or not because they never train the way it was supposed to be, but it is the day, sometimes it's not yours. So for me, I leave the universe to decide and to God. But for sure, there will be a nice show. Thank you.
As questions for Sindile. Sindile, you're going in as the world sports betting underdog. Are you surprised that you're coming in as an underdog and Cameron's the favourite? And what message do you have to the bookmakers?
No, I'm not surprised. I think all of my career I've been fighting as an underdog, and I always prove people wrong. So this doesn't bother me at all. On Saturday, it's going to be the same story.
All right, let's cross over to the... Let's start with the face-overs. We're going to do them right here, so the athletes are going to come in straight here. We good? Okay. All right, let's start off with Cameron Simon and Sindile Mangela for the bantamweight title. An incredible fight between these two. Up next, this isn't happening this Saturday, so these guys have got a lot of time to prepare, and we're going to hear a lot more. This isn't happening this Saturday, and they got a lot of time to prepare, and we're going to have a lot more media build up for these two athletes on their featherweight title. So Igor Cabeza versus Nerek Simos. Magna, your opponent isn't here, so you can't do a face-off, but we're going to ask you to exit stage. Thank you very much. Great fight ahead of you. I'm going to move straight on to the heavyweights. Sholto Lutters, Nico Yamji. Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to, I must tell you. All right, middleweights, Kudukane Hlongwa and Yaku du Plessis. Thank you, gentlemen. Looking forward to that one. And then Jonathan Lamptey versus Emmanuel Sita at featherweight. Thank you, gentlemen. That concludes EFC 94 press conference, pre-fight press conference. Join us for all of the good stuff as we build up into this incredible event this Saturday. Stay tuned, guys, to EFC platforms, the social media platforms, www.efc.worldwide.com. You'll see all of our information there. Thank you.
EFC 94 features the first title defense of bantamweight champion Sindile Manangela as he takes on the undefeated challenger Cameron Simon. With deadly jiu-jitsu and a never-say-die attitude, the Ghost will put his title on the line against CIT's rising phenom in the City of Gold. Featuring a selection of the best mixed martial artists across the African continent and beyond. EFC 94, Saturday, 4th of June, broadcast and ticket details at efcworldwide.com.